Hi guys, it's me Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with a much requested coloring supplies video, and hopefully I'll be able to show you everything I have. I feel like every time I film one of these I miss something, but that will be my goal, to show you everything. And actually I'm using this as an opportunity to clean up my coloring cart. Things have kind of gotten out of control over there, and it's a combination of just changing what supplies I use predominantly, adding in some new ones, and just being kind of sloppy. So I'm going to cut to a before clip, and then we'll come back and start showing you item by item. Okay, here is the current state of my cart. It is a mess. So yes, I'm excited to show you everything. I'm just going to give you a before overview, and then I'm going to show you everything individually, and then I'm going to give you an after. Half of my stuff is not even on this cart at this point. I don't want to wiggle you around too much, but I have stuff next to me, literally on the floor. I have some stuff hanging out over there. I have stuff all over the place, but this is hopefully where a majority of my supplies will go. I will walk you over to where the rest of them are. Yeah, this is a mess. So this is the before. I did actually just recently do the whole top shelf. I keep books that I want to work in soon up on top, and I just had not been looking through them, so I took everybody off, went through what I actually want to work on upcoming, and put everybody back on. And yes, then this is my bucket of glitter and other finishing things. So a bunch of stickles and Michael's brand stickles. These, I don't even know if they will work anymore. They are gel crayons that I got many years ago from Target. I don't know if they're trying to read through the camera if there's a year on them. All of my gelatos are in here, some eyedroppers, all that kind of fun stuff. It's mostly just stickles though. So that is what's up there. And this is my ink onyx. So I probably will not bring out my ink onyx. I will. Okay. So I'm going to take you essentially shelf by shelf, but let me cover you up. Hold on. You've probably seen my big old bookcase before that has a lot of my stuff, all of my coloring books. Right now, these two have supplies also. So I will likely show you all of these things. That one, and I also hid my Kit Kats for myself. But there is my backups. I'm not going to show you that, but this is my backups of my... those weird markers that I got, the Don Quixote markers or whatever they were. That's the case, and then my old set of Cali Arts and my old set of Tau Trees. Yeah, these are Kit Kats, but they're thin, so they're only half the height, and that's weird. Here's Sam.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And one for me. Okay, that's why I had them, because then I won't eat them very often. So yeah, that's the plan, and here's all of my stuff. Okay, so you saw how everything was looking. I'm going to show you item by item, and then I'm going to show you an after, because I've already cleaned up a lot of it, and it's looking so much better already. I'm excited, but we'll see what happens when I take everything off to show you and then put it back. Okay, so what I'm not going to be physically pulling out, you saw that top container, box, pull-out drawer, whatever you want to call it, that has my super backups with also my candy supply. But that was my Don Quixote, I don't know what it's actually called, Don Knox, whatever, those markers, the extras of those that didn't fit into individual sets, my original set of Cali Art that is starting to dry out that I grab time to time, and my original set of Tau Trees that I probably got through about 60 out of the 100 completely. So those are in that container that I'm not going to show you because it's just too much to drag out. Secondly, I also have another one of those bins that I didn't show you that has a lot of my Crayola supplies that I don't use day to day. So I have the 120 crayons. I have multiple small packs of crayons, the glitters and the neons and all that, and I have multiple 24 boxes. I have a lot of Crayola products that I'm not going to be dragging out today. A lot of them, I mean, my 120 set is mine that no one can touch, but a lot of those are what I share if my niece and nephews ever here, things like that. Speaking of Crayola and sharing, I also have previously had the 100 Crayola color pencils that I lent to my mother-in-law so she could color. So I don't have those either. I think I also gave her a 72 set of Staedtlers. So there's that. So I'm going to first go through what there's a few things left on my desk that I'm not sure where they're going yet, so I'm going to go through those. Yes, sure. So first of all, here's this drawer that just lives on my desk. In here are my Take Note erasable highlighters. These are super cool for coloring, but I mostly use them in journaling, but they're cool for coloring. So let me just give you a little example. They are highlighters. This was my original set, so it was, I think, a 6 count, but then I do actually have a bigger set that we'll get to later. But when you let them dry, you go to the other side, and then you can actually like clear out. Look at that, isn't that cool? So it's fun because if you're coloring and you accidentally go over the lines, you can kind of erase it. So if I want to like make this look like straight lines instead, it's much easier to do that. It takes a second to dry down to clear, but there is that. So those live in here, as well as my paintbrush lives in here. Some gel pens are always in here, just a lot of my black pens, because I find that the black pens dry out quickest in marker sets, so I just have extras that I keep on hand, things like that. So that is what is in this tiny drawer that lives always on my desk. Also always on my desk is my Faber-Castell Artist Pitt pens. I got these from Blick. I've got them pretty slowly, so I think my dad got me a 6-pack for Christmas in my stocking one year. He had no idea what they were, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are like really nice. And then I have just slowly been getting them like 6 at a time. So now I have a nice little stack, and really I'm actually out of space in this container, so if I ever get any more, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that. But there's that. Okay. What else lives on my desk? These don't live on my desk, but they're here now. This is my travel now size of the Crayola Twistables. I actually have the big set, which is the 50 set, which we will get to later. But this was my original set, which I want to say is 24. And I always bring these traveling because they're super easy. I want to again remind you that you can sharpen these. So you just put them in a regular sharpener. I recommend a cheap sharpener, like a kid's sharpener, or specifically a crayon sharpener, because the wax can like gunk up your sharpeners, so maybe don't use a fancy one. But speaking of sharpeners, now that we've tangented that way, I also keep 2 of those on my desk. So I have, he's a little dusty, I think this is the, the Doll 133. This is like a crank sharpener that just collects everything down there, and you actually like pull it out and it stabilizes it, and then, whew, sorry, I scared myself. You can set it to how thick you want your tip, and then it'll kind of snap back in when it's done. It's a nice sharpener, and I also use the Tagal, and these also you can set how long you want your tip. I like to keep my tip pretty blunt, so I usually keep it on a 2 or a 3. So that also lives on my desk. What else is on my desk specifically? I still have not figured out what case I want to put the Sharpie Mystic Gems in, so they're still in their container, and their container is ripped and keeps falling apart just like that. So we will see where I end up putting them. My Sharpie case is kind of full, so I'll have to figure that out. And speaking of cases, I still have my pencil and crayon silicone case from Target on my desk, and they're a contender for where those Sharpies are going to go. But for now, they're empty and on my desk waiting to be filled. I think that's it for on my desk specifically. Next, I kind of have my other backup container, and there's a ton of stuff in here, so we'll see how I do this. All right, so this is one of those pop-up cases, which I love this case, and this actually has my first ever set of Staedtler dual-ended, and they're water-based, and I use these for, what is the brand? Sun Life, the Sun Life Drawing Mosaic book. So these are actually labeled, and this is the only set I have done that with, and I've kept these labeled since I have the bigger sets, so I don't really need to worry about using these anymore. But there is that. I have these, which are not my favorite. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Hopefully I'll just use them up and be done with them. But these are the Color It brush pens, color brush pens. I will just take one out, and I guess I will keep my paper next to me. They're like an actual paintbrush. So if you can see, like the texture of that is actual paintbrush, and they're fun. They are water-based, and these are actually refillable, so that is nice. If you did want to get these and continuously refill them, you can buy refills for them, or at least you could when I got them, but they are not clear, so I have no idea how much ink is in each one, which I don't love. And I personally don't really know how to get even pressure or ink release, I should say. So that is in part to why they're not my favorite, but it is a nice set. And with all colorists, it comes in this nice little container, which I appreciate. And again, maybe when I use those up, I'll have the nice container. This is gonna be hard because I'm gonna have to take everything out. Let's see what else we got. All right, some random stuff. When I went to Disney in 2018, I purchased these twist crayons. It is an 8-pack, and they're just super cute, and I have never used them, and I don't know if I ever will. I just love them. They were $6.99, which is not even too bad. But yeah, they're basically like the twistables, and I've always loved twist crayons, and obviously they were something color related, so I had to have them. I have this set of dual tip sketch markers. This is the Michaels brand Artist Loft, and I really just wanted the blues to use in like Color Questopia books and other color by numbers. That is a lot of sky and water, so that's why I got these. Almost all of them are already dried out. This was not my favorite purchase. I think if you can get them on a super good deal, they're okay, but I don't think I got them on a super good deal, so I don't know if I would purchase those again. These are Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners, and this was my original journaling set, so I have since gotten new sets of these, and that's why these are in here. So this is what, the 12 set? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 set. So what's nice about these is they make them so that they can stand up. The case is built that way, but at this point, this is super old, and it's just cute because it's all washi tape, and I decorated them. 2012, these are from Fun. Okay, so this is a container I got from the Container Store, and I love it. It's a nice big plastic container, and in here I bought bulk Sargent Art black glitter gel pens. I keep them. I bought, I think, a 6-pack of my Tombow dual-ended black for my line work for Disney books, and I bought a bulk pack of Arteza gel pens, and that is what lives in there. So that stays in my backup because I'll have one of each out in my regular area until I need more. Oh boy. Then I have my backup set of shuttle arts. I got 2 sets of these. Lauren from Lauren Loves Color actually sent these to me for my birthday / Christmas last year. And the first set didn't have a purple in it. Like the purple container is in here, but there was literally no ink in the barrel at all. So she talked to Amazon and they sent another set. So that was really cool because those are a lot of fun. I have a little container. Everything was dusty. When did this happen? I have a container of Q-tips to like rub in different pastels, things like that. I have my backup set of Color It refills. So there's 48 in here. I think this is $10. I think the Color It gel pens are some of my favorite, and they're really good value. They last a really long time, but I will talk more about them when we get to the actual pens. But here's the refill set. I also have, let's see, this is, again, another super old 2012 set of gel pens that I got from Target that I probably just was like, ooh, I don't have gel pens at the time, so I bought those. I have a set of Parkoo markers, and I do not recommend these. These yellow, I'm not sure which colors, but they definitely do. And I was really sad because my friend Dave got these for me for my birthday or Christmas, I'm not sure, and I felt guilty. So I keep them and I use them in stuff that is not going to bother me that yellows, pretty much. So one day I will go through and figure out which ones are yellows and which one's yellow and just throw them out. But for now, I just have kept them all. Let's see how... It's also on the floor next to me. It's hard to reach. Ugh. I have a set of classic chalks by Pebbles. This seems to be the 30 color, and this is what I was using predominantly before I got the Jane Davenport ones. Now I love the Jane Davenport ones even more, so I mostly use those, but these are still nice to have as a good backup. So there those are. I have a set of cow trees in here that I'm not going to show you because I'm going to show you when we get to the other set because it's a backup. I have some more cases. this one holds the bigger pack of those Crayola Take Notes erasable highlighters. I think it's a 12 pack or 4, I don't know. It's a bunch, but it's a weird situation because, for example, there's 3 purples and those all look very, very similar. So I don't know if this was worth it to get this bigger pack. I thought I would like it because they're a lot of fun, but there's not much color variation. So yes, there's that. Also, I got this case from Jamie, from Jamie's Coloring Love. This case was an old Ipsy bag, and this also has Crayola in it. This is markers that my dad actually got me again. He just picks random things. He doesn't know what they are, which is super cute. But these are dual-ended, and one end is like a super tip, and then the other end is a fine tip. But what's interesting about these is the colors are not the same. So this is raspberry and that's carnation. So there's those. And then I also did get the Take Note glitter highlighters, Crayola brand, and I keep those in there too. I'm quickly running out of space. Okay, I think I can put some stuff back because there's like 2 rows of things in here. So hold on one moment. I will be ready to go in a second. Everything is like Tetrised in here so it can fit as much as possible. Okay, I have I never know what these are, the SISMs, ZCCM. These are water-based markers. I think these are also double-ended, right? So they have a bullet tip and a chisel tip, and I got to label all of them myself, which was really fun. I legitimately enjoy doing that. And these are the colors. Came with a little color chart, so you got to like match up the numbers to whatever pens you wanted, which is always cool because then you can start your color chart wherever. So that is those. Uh-oh. Then I have a bunch of my dollar store stuff. So I have my gel pens. The Jot are their plain, or I guess these Jot, because they're all Jot, but these Jots are their plain colors, so solid colors, and then these Jot are their metallics. So I buy them in sets of 2 because a lot of pictures will legitimately take both pens to do. So 2 seems to work for me. I have some of their super tips that they sell in packs, and their other gel pens. So these are the extreme gel pens and the 2 color waves. These were actually, I think all of these were gifted to me from Ren, from Ren's Coloring Craze. So thank you, Ren, super cool. Color Point has a built-in sharpener. It's really interesting because you have to have like a second pen to sharpen it. I haven't opened these yet, as you can see, but I really need to. So I might open them right after this video and put them with a different supply so I remember to use them. Because these I just open the bottoms and then I reseal them, but these are not opened, as you can see. So there's that. Hold on. Then from Jamie, from Jamie's Coloring Love, she got me the gel stick pens from Pen & Gear, which is the Walmart brand. I don't have a Walmart nearby to shop at, so I don't really get over there. But these are super. There's like tons of ink in there, so it's really cool. And it's a mixed set. It's got 6 pastel, 6 neon, 6 glitter, 6 metallic, and 24 regular colors, if you want to call it that. So these are a lot of fun, and I love having regular colors because I so often just use like glitter. So that's always nice to have. Here's my one step up, my Statler 20 pack. I got this a few years after the first one. Let's see if there's a year on this. It says 2012 still, so maybe that's just when they were all made. I don't know. And then I have some fun scented stuff. So these are donut scented twin tip markers, 20 colors and scents. And they again are 10 markers with different scents on each side. And you can just smell them even from here. Yum. And then these are the Smensels, and I love Smensels. This is the fruit set. It's delish. It smells so good, and I love it. And they're just regular writing pencils, but they're very nice smelling. Yum. So that is that. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video to clear off my desk from this shelf, and then we will get into the next shelf. Okay, so in my cart, I showed you my bucket of glittery thing, so I'm not going to take that bucket off. I think I also showed this, but I will show this one again. This is my giant pencil case for the Ink Onyx fine liners, and I use these for like cross stitch books, things like that. So this is all of those in here. It's a bunch of like 4 sheets of those, and then surprisingly more Statler Tri Plus. So this is my biggest set that I personally have, and again, this is what I use predominantly for my bullet journaling. So I just stuck them in here because I had extra space. So there is that. Let me not worry about zipping things, I guess. I'll worry between each shelf. Okay. So this is like my main shelf of my most used stuff. So these are my Color It gel pens that I mentioned before. This is actually my second set of refills. They originally come with 48 glitter gel pens, and then 1 set of refills come included, and obviously it comes in the super sparkle case. So Miss Noodles is causing a ruckus. Noodles, be good girl. But I love these. I use the whole set. I did a vlog with it. This is set number 2. Yeah, this is pretty great. There's a few flaws. There's not really a true red, and that's the biggest one. But other than that, it does everything I need it to do, and I love the case. Super great. I just said I wasn't going to zip, and then I did. This is the Mondo Llama dual tip alcohol markers. Ooh, this is actually from Target. I love the container, and it actually has a solid base in here with slots for each of the markers, so it stands really nicely, and I'm looking forward to reusing this case over and over again after the markers are done. So this was $25 from Target for 40 of them, and it's a pretty good color range. There's also a few glaring spaces with this too, though. There's no real yellow, and there's really not a true red in here either, which is surprising, but the truth. Okay, then we have the Magic Fly. I bought these after seeing Lauren Loves Color, and they are acrylic paint markers, and I really love them. They're dual-ended also. They have a bullet tip and a chisel tip, so it's good for small spaces or larger spaces. My case has a tear, which is unfortunate, so I might move these into a different case, but for now they are doing their job in here. But yeah, it's I think 24 colors I said, and then there is a gold and silver, which do come off very metallic, which I appreciate a lot, so I really enjoy these. I said I wasn't zipping. I fibbed, guys. I'm sorry. All right, next I have 2 of these like hard plastic cases. This one is my glitter bin. So in here is Sergeant Art, a 12-pack that I had, my Pentel Sparkle Pops, the Dollar Tree glitter markers from INC. I love these. I think I'm 1 or 2 sets short of these though. I want to say 10 colors, and I want to say there's 12 out there. So I have to be on the lookout for that. And I also have my 2 hands glitter markers. So those are all in here, and I just love to whip this out when it's time to embellish at the end of a page, but it is full to the brim. Then underneath that is actually my highlighters. So these are my mild liners, and again, I predominantly use these for bullet journaling. I absolutely love these. I pick 1 color a month to be my main color, and that's what I do. So these have a bullet tip, a lot of people don't realize, and then they have the regular highlighter tip, and these are just great colors. It's my fave. And then I just found these Sharpie highlighters that I shoved in here because they're also highlighters. I have these 3 random packs that I'm probably going to move but haven't yet. These are Neon Pilot G2 gel pens. I think there was a white in there or a black that I took out. I don't know. These are the Pilot G2 metallics. I'm not sure what color is missing. Looks like the silver is missing. And then these are King Art gel pens that I just found yesterday at TJ Maxx. They were $4 for the 12-pack, and again, it had a true red and a brown, which is hard to find, so I picked these up too. Next we got, I really Tetrised in this one too. So next we got this container that has the Brute Ferner squares in there. So pretty. I love that they're square. So this is the 120 set of these, and they're a lot of fun. And oh, I just realized what I'm gonna forget to show you, so that's good. But anyway, that's these. I realized I have another shelf on my wall unit that I do keep some supplies that don't fit well in the cart, so I will have to show you those at the end. Don't let me forget. But these are the Brute Burners. I will not zip those, okay? Then we have my set of Cali Arts. This is the 100 set. I was still waiting for the 180. I'm kind of losing hope, so whenever I need a new set, I might just go for the 120. But these are the chisel slash fine nib ones. So that is that. Then I have my big old box of permanent markers. So it's the same box that I have all of those black and white gel pens in. So it's the same kind of enclosure, but this houses my original Shuttle Arts and all of my Sharpies and some random Dollar Tree ones and any like one-off Bic markers that I've gotten in the past 15 years are in here. And as you can see, it is super full, and that is why I can't get to the Mystic Gems in here. So I'm not positive what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to just like use these up and then have more space that way, but not yet. So we will see. I have two random things in the back. So I have my original set of Prismacolors. It was the 48 set. And I loved the heck out of these, and I often go to these first, even when I, like if I want to use pencils. Obviously some of them are super used. I am over 3 little blender pencils in. I added this pink neon one in there. That wasn't in the original set. There's page 2. I also added that gray. There's no gray in the original set. And I think I took out my ginger root to do that, and my ginger root is somewhere else, so we will find out where, hopefully on this journey. Then a recent addition to my cart is this set of eyeshadows, I should say, from Icing. This was, I don't understand why I had this, but this has to be around 10 years old, and that doesn't seem safe for eyeballs anymore. So I decided to put it with my art supplies and use it for backgrounds and things like that. So I did a video on Patreon with these this month, so you have not seen it, but you'll see it at the end of the month, what page I came up with. So there's that. Okay, 2 more cases. We got the Tau Tree markers. I love these. This is my second set, and again, I already have purchased my third. So you've seen these. These are just a much thinner alcohol marker. So here's the comparison of Cali Art versus Tau Tree. The Tau Tree are longer, the Cali Art are thicker. They're both dual-sided. They both have a chisel tip and a bullet tip, but obviously the Tau Trees are smaller ones. Makes sense. And another gift that I just got are the Ohuhu pastels. Oh my goodness, this is my first ever set of Ohuhus. Noodles, I will give 1 second, okay? 1 second. My first ever set of Ohuhus. And it's exciting. So here they are. They're beautiful. They have shiny words. Their names on both sides, but not in the middle. And they're pastel. Oh, it's one side is a brush tip. Ooh, and then the other side is chisel. So I've colored a few pages with them already. And I am trying to pace myself because I could just see myself like sucking up these 2 purples right away and then being sad about it. So I'm trying to pace myself. We'll see. Finally, on shelf 2, before I take Miss Noodles into the yard, is my paint palette. So this is my Noodles, 1 second, baby girl. My 4 sets, right? 1, 2, yep, my 4 sets of Primacolor paints. And I put a sticker from Danibuttons there. I've got some serious inking to do. And this is just an empty palette I bought, and then these are the 4 sets. So this makes me super happy, and I need to use them more because I haven't really painted too much since I got the big kit. As you can see, because I don't have anything in the mixing spots. But I will, and I keep my little swatch cards right in there, and I just love it. So there is that, and that is shelf 2. So I'm going to pause now, take Little Miss Noodles out, and then I'll come back with the bottom row, and then I'll show you the things that didn't fit on the cart, and then I'll show you what the cart looks like now that it's clean. Okay, now for our final shelf. Let's see what we got. This one's a little bit harder to get stuff into and out of. I should have thought of that, but that's okay. We'll get it done. In the back of the cart, I have my cheapo watercolor palettes. These are both from Michaels, and I think when I purchased them, they were both $5, obviously. Not the highest quality, but they do what I need them to do. This is a whole metallic set. Very pretty, very shiny. And then this is just the regular set. I actually got this way before I was doing adult coloring. I use it in scrapbooking to change the colors of different embellishments, and every once in a while I pretend to try actual watercolors, and that's what I was using this for. But this is as sloppy as I get with watercolors, so I like that for that. And this is really easy to travel with because, again, compared to the other ones, if anything did happen to this, I would be sad, but it wouldn't be as big of an investment. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Then I actually have 2 sets of Tombow besides my black ones, and this is the Bright palette. And they each have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors and a blending pen. And yes, I don't know. Personally, I don't love these for coloring. I use them every once in a while. Obviously, I have very limited colors, so that's what's going on there. I also have the portrait palette. I got this in hopes of using it in my Disney books, but I don't use it too often, and I have found that they blend into each other so well that I do the black outlining first, and anything I do next to it picks up on that black and gets all over the place, much more than other markers. But I do have it, so there is that. All right, also in the back, I have my Zig Clean Color Dot pens. There's 12 in here, and I've done a whole video with pointillism with these. I will take one out if I can reach it. These are dual-ended also. One end is a bullet nib, and the other end is this like bouncy bulbous nib that kind of just makes different sized dots. So it's fun. That's what I did pointillism. I always just rub everything on my fingers, and I should never do it with the red one because then I think I cut myself. It's fine, I'll be fine, because I didn't actually cut myself. So yeah, there's 12 in here, and I got these for the intention of bullet journaling, but sometimes I use them in coloring when I remember that I have them. Then I have my pastels. Hold on one moment. So I have my finger daubers, which there's a ton in here. And basically, like, now that one's the red one, I'll use it for red over and over again, and the black one, etc., silver. And then I have the 3 of the 4 Jane Davenport pastel palettes. So this is lit up, and it's like the reds and pinks. This is birthday suit, and it's mostly skin tones and what you need to make skin tones. And then chilled, which is the blues and greens. So I absolutely love these. They're my favorite thing for background. I also have the Jane Davenport baton blenders, which is essentially just like makeup sponges. So if I ever need to repurchase these, I will probably just buy a big old bucket of makeup sponges, and it should do a very similar job. I haven't tested that theory, but I am assuming. So do I put these back? Maybe I will. 1 second. Okay, then the last thing that I get from the back is my super tips. So I have the big box. This is 120. This final 20 are actually the scented ones, and they're repeat colors, but in the scented format. But what's nice is it's basically all basic colors, so then if anything dries out of the basic ones, you have the backup. This is what I use very often in my Disney books. That's what I was going to try to say. Yes, my Disney books. So that's what I use. It gets the job done most of the time, especially now that I have the colors of the world, which I didn't show you yet. It's coming up next. I'll show you that in 1 second. But they are relatively inexpensive too, so as they dry out, it's a pretty cost-effective way to get more. So let me put those back and turn my whole cart around. Okay, so I'm not going to bring them all out, but I have my 5 containers of these markers. These are the, I don't know, I keep calling them the Don Quixote markers. Maybe that's how it's pronounced, but that's definitely what I call them. This is the, like, on Amazon Prime Day, I bought a 168 pack for like $17 or something like that. And that is what's in here. I split them into different color by number books. So I did a whole video on this. So this is for Mindwear books. I also have Jade Summer books. I have Sun Life / Kira Sherznova books. I have Sach and Sachdeva, and I have one more that I can't remember right now. But it's labeled and all down there where it needs to go. So that's what's on that bottom shelf. Then I have, let's see what's next. This guy is my Inktense. So I have the full set of Derwent Inktense. These are a, I was going to say watercolor pencil, but they are an ink color pencil, which is essentially if you color with watercolors and add water later, you can continue to move the color around. But if you color with these, once you water lock it in, they're not moving anymore. It turns into ink, and that is done. It makes for very vibrant colors, but they have like a little bit of a learning curve. They're a lot of fun though. So that's that. My next case is my Holbeins. So I got the 50 set of Holbeins, just the pastels, because I thought that was lacking in my other sets, and Sam very graciously got this for me as a birthday gift, I want to say. I think it was birthday. My birthday is 51 days before Christmas, so I kind of blur which I got things for, because I know, like, I'll know what year, but I don't remember which is which. But I'm pretty sure this was birthday, because I think I tried to use them for Buddy Colorathon last year. So they're beautiful, and I need to use them more. Next up, I have the Colors of the World. I just mentioned these earlier, and I had these in my previous video with the Disney coloring. There are 24 colors in here, and they're all skin tones of various shades, and it really helps with color by number to pick good skin tones to match whatever you may need. I also, in the front, have a singular pan pastel. I put this on my wish list because I figured blue was one of my most used colors for backgrounds because of water and sky, and I just wanted to try it out. And I'm gonna be honest, I have not yet. I think I keep forgetting it exists. I might keep this on my desk to make sure that I use it soon, but my mother-in-law got me that for Christmas. I also have 3 paints that I also have not gotten to use yet, and I really, really, really want to, because look at them, beautiful. So they are glitterific folk art paint. This is Princess, this is Silver, and this is Kaleidoscope. So I need to use these, but they're beautiful, and I just like having them on my card, even if I'm not going to use them, because they're so pretty. I also have Liquitex Iridescent Medium. This is my favorite thing. This is just shiny paint, and it's basically clear, very shiny, not overbearing. I put this on top of everything. This is the biggest bucket you could ever need. You can mix this with pigments and do stuff to make other colors. I mixed this with eyeshadow recently to make iridescent eyeshadow. You can mix this with other paint, obviously, or 90% of the time, if not more, just leave it blank and enjoy it with just the shine that it gives me. So I love that stuff. Then I have my Twistable, the Big 50. So you saw my smaller pack. Let's see. This is the big pack. I've sharpened the ones I've used so far. You can see a few of them are sharpened. But I wanted these for the Disney color by number books, the like kid version, because the paper's a little weird in there, but they're still double-sided. So that was my main intent, and I just love these. I love Crayola products. I think that they're so affordable, and they do work good. They're obviously, you can't compare like Crayola color pencils to, what's a really expensive color pencil? Luminance? Are those expensive? I don't really know color pencils. You can't compare the cheapest to the most expensive, but you can compare Crayola to all other student grade and some artist brands. Once you know what you're doing with them, you can get the same types of results. So. And finally, on this cart is this guy. My 120 double-ended fiber tip pens. I also just showed these in my Disney because this is my predominant Disney coloring supply. They are water-based. They do not bleed through. This set, my 120, has had trouble with being too full and leaking a little bit. So if there's actively ink dripping off of these, they could bleed through. But really, in the over 100 pages I've used them for, I've probably bled through once or twice. So that's what I have to say about that. I love these a lot. And that is my cart. So I'm going to put this stuff back on, and then I'm going to take you off the monopod and show you the last few supplies and what my cart is looking like now. Here she is. Is anything else in the surrounding area clean? No. But is my cart nice and organized? Absolutely. It's looking real good. I'm not going to give you a 360 tour, but, sorry. Believe me when I say everything is packed in there. It's pretty efficient. I don't really think anything is more than one layer deep, so it should be easy to get to. Now, let me cover you up and go back over here. Yeah, this is my extra bin that I went through also. And then the last few things that are actually on my shelves, that purple container is the 150 Prismas. I'm not going to drag that out. You know what Prismas look like. And then I actually have two things right here. I have my Neo Color 2s, the 84 set, I want to say. And then I have my Gambit, what are these called? These are watercolors also. These ones. So they're in there. And they're just very long and they do not fit. So Neo Colors and that. And I think that is all. So thank you so much for watching if you came on this journey. And if you made it to the end, what can we say? Let's look around. Let's pick somebody. My Disney shelf. I always love to collect Donald and Daisy things. Let's pick somebody behind Baymax. Stitch. Stitch. There he is. Oh, Baymax is helping me point to him with his foot. There he is. Boop, boop. Say Stitch if you made it to the end, and I thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be back in 2 days with something new, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!